In Norway, army soldiers are waiting with a trap for something to come. After some time, a creature appears from the shadows, destroying buildings and revealing it's a troll. The church bell starts to ring, and the army opens fire on the troll. In anger, the troll uproots a tree and throws it at them, and it starts walking towards them. Then an army major detonates a holy water trap. At first, the holy water burns the troll, but it does not destroy it fully. The trap does not seem to work out. Suddenly, another troll appears behind the first one, roaring in anger. Then both trolls start fighting vigorously. Previously, from a long time, humans and trolls lived together peacefully. After some time, Christianity spread across Europe and did not accept the old myths. King Olaf of Norway sent his soldiers to pull trolls out of their caves into the sunlight, which turned them into stone. The soldiers traveled all over the country to kill every troll they could find, and soon trolls became afraid of Christian things like church bells. The killing left the land without a single troll in sight. A father told this story to his little daughter before bed, and it inspired her to become a paleontologist. 30 years later, in the Jotunheimen Mountains, a mysterious man enters a cabin. As he looks around, Norah jumps on him, starts beating him, and even gets ready to stab him. She stops when she realizes this man is her colleague, Andreas. He sees many books about myths on the table and wonders what kind of research she is doing now, but she refuses to tell him. Andreas has come to ask Norah for help because 3 years ago her knowledge helped the military defeat a huge troll they found in the mountains. She was part of the troll commission, but she quit when she saw the new government was no better than the old corrupt one. Now she even has a restraining order from the palace. Among her things, Andreas finds his book, and Norah thanks him for dedicating it to her father, who died in the last troll attack. Andreas says her father would have wanted her to see what he has found, so Norah finally agrees to go with him. During the helicopter ride, Andreas makes Norah sign a confidentiality paper. Instead of her real name, she writes Tiny Trolley Molly. They arrive at the Merc power station and meet Professors Muller and Wengel, who were also there during the last troll attack. The professors take Norah down a tunnel and tell her about Allied sabotage missions during World War II. They say people claimed it was a race to build the first atomic bomb, but that was just a cover for the search for a massive troll that now appears in front of Norah. Many scientists are studying this troll, and UV lights have been set up around him for safety. Project leader and evolutionary biologist Marion introduces herself and says she did not want Norah to get involved. Andreas explains the project was not making progress and was about to be shut down, so he had to do something. Marion explains that the troll is hibernating and the only sign of life is his pulse, but his DNA looks more like plants than humans. Then Andreas takes Norah to an office where they meet Sigrid, who was also with them in their last adventure. Andreas and Sigrid are now together, and she is pregnant. In this room, there are thousands of ancient texts about trolls, including Olaf's original troll law from the year 1030. One part is missing, but it seems to be about sending trolls away from his land. The group is worried that there might be more trolls hiding in the country, and they want to be ready if there is another attack. So they need Norah's help. Not sure what to do, Norah says she needs to go to the bathroom and leaves, but instead she goes back to the room. She takes the elevator to the highest platform and touches his nose while humming. Norah is disappointed when nothing happens, but the main computer notices a change in his vital signs. When she is about to leave, Troll wake up and look at her. The group rushes into the room as the troll starts to move, and they see he is chained up. Muller orders a guard to turn on the UV lights, but Marion does not want to kill the troll, so she spills coffee on the controls. The machine sparks, and the lights stop working. While Norah gets into the elevator, everyone in the building panics and runs away. Troll break the chains and hit the elevator, sending the cabin flying. Norah hangs on and survives as the elevator crashes and slides on the ground, and Andreas opens it to help her out. Muller sees a piece of troll sample rolling near him, grabs it, and runs away too. Troll already moving through the lab and step on Wengel, killing him instantly. Andreas and Norah meet Sigrid and Marion on the stairs, and they all rush to the emergency exit to escape. At that moment, Troll destroyed the building to get out and stare at the group for a moment before walking away. Moments later, a helicopter flies the team to an Air Force base in Rie, where they meet another friend from their last adventure, Chris, who is now a major. While they wait in a meeting room, Norah starts arguing with Marion for not taking better care of the troll. Prime Minister Brynman arrives and says he always thought the project was too risky. Marion still wants to capture the troll to study him, while Norah says you cannot control nature. Brynman would like to continue the research, but his priority is to protect his people, so he wants the military to kill the troll. Norah gets angry because last time they killed an innocent troll. Brynman then says he lost his brother in that attack, and he does not want to repeat the same mistakes. After the meeting, Andreas sees Norah holding a piece of stone. It is a part of the last troll they killed, and she keeps it to remember her mistakes. Andreas says he did the same, and that people grow from mistakes, so they can keep fighting. Feeling encouraged, Norah pulls Andreas to Chris, who is meeting with his team. Chris gives his team instructions on how they will attack the troll, and sends them to get ready. Norah asks Chris to let her come along, but he says no. She changes his mind by reminding him he owes it to her father, who died because of the last troll. Marion also joins them, and Chris shows them that the military has fitted their helicopters with UV lights to hunt trolls. Meanwhile, at a ski resort in Buskerud, people are drinking and dancing and having fun. Suddenly, the building starts shaking, and the disco ball falls onto the dance floor. The crowd hears growling before Troll tear off the ceiling and look inside. Everyone takes pictures until Troll roar and reach in, making them panic and run. Guests get hurt as they push each other, and pieces of the building fall down. Troll keep reaching in to grab as many people as possible and eat them without even chewing. Soon, the helicopters arrive and turn on the UV lights. By flying close to the Troll, they burn several spots on his body. They manage to do this twice before the Troll throw an electric pole at them, badly damaging one of the helicopters. Chris checks on the other pilot, who tells him it has been an honor to fight with him. That helicopter then goes down and explodes, killing everyone inside. Chris is furious and wants revenge, but his helicopter is also damaged, and Norah tells him not to do anything foolish. As Chris looks at his enemy, Troll decides to leave. After that, Chris goes to the crash site to say a few words for his friend. Marion cannot believe trolls are this cruel, but Norah explains the last troll was not like this. He only wanted to go home. She thinks the trolls act this way because humans have treated them badly for years. Andreas asks if they can talk to trolls, and Norah says she knows someone who might help. In Lillehammer, a man who lost his house in the last attack finally finishes fixing it. Suddenly, the table shakes and his dog barks like crazy. Soon, the troll arrive and step on the house, destroying it again. In the Dovre Mountains, the group reaches a restricted military area and finds a broken part of the fence to enter. They go into an old cave, and Andreas finds a sticky substance on the wall. Norah explains this is a hunting pit used to kill the Troll King. The hunters kidnapped his child and hid it there to lure the king to his death. There are Christian symbols carved in the rocks to hurt the trolls as much as possible. Norah says the Troll King survived the trap. He was the troll they fought 3 years ago, but the body of the troll child was never found. When the group reaches a pit, Norah taps the Troll King's stone on the ground and tells the others not to panic. A troll suddenly appears in front of them, and Norah confirms this is the child from the story. She has come to this cave many times over the last 3 years so the troll can feel safe around her. She shows him his father's stone, and after he sniffs it, she pets his nose. When she hums, the troll makes happy little sounds to match her. Andreas is amazed and curious, so Norah teaches him how to do it. He touches the nose and hums, and the troll reacts well to him too. Since the troll does not have a name, Norah calls him beautiful. She becomes serious and asks the troll for a favor. In Beverdalen, Norah sees a troll coming, so she fires a flare gun into the sky. Beautiful rises from the snow, and both trolls start growling at each other. Andreas wants to start shooting, but Marion stops him. When Beautiful roars, the trolls stomp the ground hard to crack the ice. Norah runs as fast as she can, but falls, and Chris has to help her up. Sadly, Beautiful does not move in time and falls into the freezing water, trying to stay up for a few seconds before sinking. Then the troll come after the group, so they run to the helicopter. When it takes off, the troll tries to bring it down, but they manage to dodge the troll and fly away. Norah breaks down in tears as she looks at the hole where Beautiful sank. At an air ambulance base, Norah tells Marion how she once brought Beautiful out of the cave. He did not try to destroy anything. He just sat and looked at the stars for a while before going back into the cave where he felt safe. The group looks at a map tracking the troll's path, and Marion notices it is the pilgrim route that goes north to Nidarus. Norah checks her notes and remembers her father's stories. Nidarus used to be the capital, and Olaf ruled from there. This means the troll's goal is revenge. They fly to Trondheim to meet Esther, an old friend of Norah's father. She shows them Nidarus Cathedral, built between 1070 and 1300 and later called the Heart of Norway. From here, the church ruled the country without mercy. Since they are entering a church, Chris leaves his weapons at the entrance. Norah explains she is here for Olaf's tomb, so Esther guides them through an underground tunnel. Esther wonders why the church hid Olaf's tomb when he was supposed to be very important to them. She guesses they had a conflict. They enter an empty room, and Esther explains people have looked for the tomb for years without success. Marion notices the same symbol they saw in the cave, so the group starts searching as well. They find a mural of Olaf on a wall, and when Andreas touches it, a small piece falls off and leaves a hole in Olaf's stomach. Esther remembers that in the last battle, Olaf was wounded in the belly, thigh, and neck. She touches all those spots and pieces of the wall move, showing holes where the wounds should be. Norah puts torches into the holes, and as she turns them, they hear mechanical sounds inside the wall. When all 3 torches are fully turned, a door appears and Andreas helps her open it. The group enters the chamber and finally finds Olaf's tomb in the middle of a pool. Norah wants to open the coffin, and Esther says it would be disrespectful, so Norah reminds her this is an emergency. They push the heavy lid together, and inside they see Olaf's skeleton holding his sword. Since the sword is made of silver, it is not rusted, but that also means it is useless as a real weapon. In Olaf's pocket, they find the missing piece of the troll law. They leave the chamber to send a picture of the paper to Sigrid, who puts it together with the half at the institute. Now they can read the full text and learn that Olaf was against kicking trolls out of the land. The church killed him so they could continue the massacre. The troll do not want revenge on Olaf, but the troll want revenge on humans. Meanwhile, videos of the resort attack and the destroyed house spread quickly and appear in media around the world. Other governments worry about what the troll might do and threaten to act if needed. Brynman appears at a press conference and says they are evacuating everyone along the pilgrim route, but he cannot answer how he will stop the troll. Chris is ordered to return to base, but he ignores the message and stays with his friends so they can fight together. The group wonders what Olaf used to fight trolls long ago since silver is not strong. Norah remembers the pool and dips a knife in holy water before touching the Troll King's stone with it. The stone breaks in half immediately, proving that trolls are weak against holy water. After that, Chris and Marion run to talk to the people being evacuated and ask for their help. The crowd cheers, ready to defend their country. While Esther teaches Andreas how to ring the church bells, people form a line from the pool to the military trucks to carry buckets of holy water that soldiers use to fill their weapons. In the evening, the troll finally appear and bring down some buildings. As the troll walk toward the church, Esther and Andreas ring the bells, which hurt Troll's ears and slow Troll down. Then the soldiers start shooting, and the holy water ammo hits Troll's body in many spots, slowly hurting Troll. Troll lose control and throw a tree at the church, destroying the bells. Andreas and Esther manage to run away before they are hurt. The soldiers keep firing, but the holy water does less damage than they hoped, and the troll keep moving forward. Chris blows up the line of explosives they placed on the ground, and this time the burns are serious, but the troll is still alive. The group runs as Troll come after them, but Troll suddenly stops when he hears a roar. To everyone's surprise, Beautiful has returned and is ready to fight. Both trolls go into the river and battle with great strength. Troll punch Beautiful very hard and throw him onto the bridge, destroying it and making Beautiful fall back into the water. Norah desperately wants to help her friend but does not know how. Marion remembers trolls still have a pulse, so she thinks they must attack Troll from inside so the holy water can destroy Troll's heart. They only have one bomb left, so they must be careful. The troll keep beating Beautiful in the river and break structures to use as weapons for even more damage. While Chris and Andreas get into the helicopter, Norah and Marion run ahead to shoot at the troll. Their shots do not hurt the troll much, but they at least keep the troll distracted, even though Beautiful is still trapped under the troll's foot in the water. Chris has to turn the helicopter to circle around the troll, and the bomb starts sliding out. Andreas rushes to grab it just in time, but the detonator falls onto the street and breaks. Now the only way to set off the bomb is with a grenade, which means someone will have to die with it. Andreas understands what he must do and calls Sigrid to say goodbye, but the call ends before they finish talking. At that moment, Beautiful passes out and the women run out of bullets. Marion runs away, but Norah refuses to give up. Then the helicopter finally reaches the troll's head and Andreas jumps out with the grenade and the bomb. Trolls swallow everything and the grenade explodes, sending holy water through Troll's whole body. Troll's hard skin starts to burn and the pain weakens Troll enough for the recovering Beautiful to reach into Troll's chest and rip out its heart. Troll body falls and disintegrates in the river. Sometime later, the church is being repaired and Esther opens an exhibition to tell the true story of Olaf. Sigrid has her baby and Chris becomes the fun uncle. Beautiful is now allowed to live freely in the mountains and often visits Norah's cabin. Meanwhile, Muller has been working on the sample he stole. It has now grown into a small troll. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this.